if a company has decided to bring people back, a lot of places have to. They've got essential workers there. And they don't have a vaccination policy, a mandatory vaccination policy, and they're not testing everybody weekly. What is their responsibility?
That's tough. I think from all the companies that I've talked to and employees, there is a divide going on. Those who are vaccinated, double vaxxed, boosted, trying to do the right thing and trying to keep themselves and their community safe, and those who have not. So the responsibility of the companies is to actually require vaccinations. Not a very popular sentiment here, but how else do you do that? So if I look at institutions like Harvard, they required it from the very beginning, which is why we've been able to come back in a hybrid format very, very early. If you don't have these policies, people overall feel insecure about coming to work. And this is where you'll see more resignations, more loss of talent. So requiring vaccinations, I've said this all along, is incredibly important, as well as building a testing apparatus to make sure that you're detecting any issues that you may have in your workforce.
Hey, Tom, do you think that people should, in my case, there was dust gathering on my at-home studio, and I never thought I would need it again, and I let it go sort of, and now I've had that totally retrofitted, updated just in case. Is that what everybody's going to end up? I'd never want to, I like being out and about. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to the basement, but I'm ready if needed.
Yeah, I think there's a happy medium here, and I think what Sadal was saying about the company's job is to take care of their employees. I agree with that. And I, as a CEO and an owner, I take care of my employees, and we have policies in place. However, there's one aspect that's missing here that wasn't addressed. How about individual accountability? How about the individual United States citizen that still goes to restaurants, still goes to bars? There isn't checking of things. They get on airplanes. They're going on vacations. They're hanging out with their friends. So the government has chosen to say companies of a certain size have to require X, Y, and Z, but the government isn't going to mandate that of people who get government subsidies. They aren't going to mandate that of all federal and state employees across the rank and file. But let's throw that on the corporation's responsibilities. And again, let me preface, I do believe that there's a social contract between companies and their employees to do everything they can to help keep them safe. However, you also need individuals to have some accountability for their own behavior and what they do. And that's what's missing through this whole COVID enterprise over the past 2 years.
Hey, Tom, you're definitely right. There's a lot of people out there who feel like they have to get back out there. This has been too long. It's been 2 years. But again, if a company is requiring you to come in or suggesting you come in, they don't have vaccine mandates, they don't have testing mandates, and they don't have mask requirements for all employees, are they leading like people? You said people want to be led. Are they leading properly?
Well, it depends. There's certain who are they leading? There's certain employees that don't want to work in an environment that has all those precautions. I'm not one of them.
Sure, but there are certain employees who want to come to work but want to come to a safe workplace.
Absolutely. And the real situation that exists is employers have to make choices and employees have to make choices. The positive environment here, Becky, is unemployment is at record lows. There are jobs for everybody who wants one. Might not be the job you love, but there are jobs for everyone. And there are different type of corporate settings that have come in, work from home. There's different opportunities that exist for people. The question is, are employees who want to be safe practicing that of their own individual accountability outside of work? And that has been the tried and true test that's gone on for the past 2 years that leaders face is I can make my office as safe as possible. If you're not practicing that outside, you're going to bring it in no matter what, whether we're vaccinated or not.
But employers can only control what they can control. And this is around the vaccine mandates. And now we're talking about boosting and flu shots to ensure that people's immunities are where they need to be. Employers need to care about well-being and burnout and other things. But employers cannot control what people do outside of work. So they must control what they do inside of work.
Let's see. in utopian world, I agree with you, Sadal. But let's see how people feel. Let's see how people feel when the truck drivers who are delivering the products for us, the blue collar, white collar divide. It's easy to say to white collar workers, stay home or we're vaxxed only. The truck driver who's got to deliver it, who's stuck in his truck alone, who doesn't want to get vaccinated for whatever reason. And I don't agree with that. Let me say that. I don't agree with not getting vaccinated. However, people want the product delivered, so we're going to have all these. Hey, if it's good for me, I'm okay with it.
This is why we have you two on at the same time.
I agree with you, Tom. I agree.
And why we need to allocate more time when we have you two on. Anyway, thank you both.